The two men shoved the girl into the burning boiler. The stoker picked up the high heels but froze in his tracks, cause she had bought her daughter the exact same heels just yesterday. Seeing this, the crime boss quickly tossed the shoes into the boiler, and explained that the person they just shoved into the boiler was a thoroughly depraved villain. Although Ivan outwardly accepted his explanation, he still felt something wasn't quite right. He rushed to his daughter's workplace. When her friend learned Ivan was looking for his daughter, she told him his daughter had absconded with the money. Ivan didn't believe a word of it. Without a moment's hesitation, he rushed to his daughter's apartment. Upon opening the door, he found another pair of his daughter's high heels. Only then did he realize his daughter had been murdered. Looking at his daughter's photo, Ivan was overcome with grief. He simply couldn't understand that the crime boss, his former comrade in arms, would go so far as to kill his daughter. He then threw his daughter's shoes into the boiler and went to the closet to take out a military uniform. There was no doubt about it. He was going to avenge his daughter. It turned out that years ago, Ivan had distinguished himself in battle. But because he was a Yakut, he was only assigned a job as a boiler operator after his retirement. The crime boss had never seen combat during his military service. Yet, thanks to his background, he had secured a good job and had become a local crime boss, living a life of comfort and ease every day. He often called on his comrade Ivan to dispose of bodies. Although Ivan knew full well that the crime boss was up to no good, he dared not act rashly, because his daughter and the crime boss's daughter were business partners running a fur shop. The reason he had endured working as a boiler operator for so many years was all to ensure his daughter lived a happy life. Yet she still asked her father for money. Although her father, the boiler operator, didn't have much, he was willing to give it to her. He would do anything as long as his daughter could live a good life. Thanks to her sweet looks, the daughter quickly found a boyfriend. But her best friend, jealous of her beauty, often yelled at her. Even though the girl was unhappy at work every day, she didn't care, because her goal was to marry the handsome Jack. Jack happened to be the crime boss's right-hand man. One day, when the crime boss's daughter went to the girl's house to play, she was surprised to find that Jack was the one who opened the door. This incident made her dislike the girl even more. To get back at the girl, she went home and told her father, claiming that the girl had stolen all the money from the store and run away. But her father didn't believe her at all, because he and Ivan had once been comrades in arms. He told her not to make things up. Even though the crime boss spoke of her father's glorious deeds, his daughter still looked down on them. She didn't put up any money, why should she be my partner? The crime boss replied that the idea for the fur shop was theirs, so it was only fair to give them half the shares. Upon hearing this, his daughter immediately threw a huge tantrum. Unexpectedly, it was this very outburst that annoyed the crime boss. To prevent his daughter from causing any more trouble, the crime boss immediately called Jack and told him to settle the matter. Jack then went to the girl's apartment. The girl opened the door for her boyfriend with a blissful smile, but he grabbed a knife and stabbed her in the heart. Seeing his girlfriend collapse to the ground, dead, the man immediately stuffed her into a burlap sack. He then hoisted her onto his shoulder, preparing to dispose of the body. Little did he know that one of her high heels had fallen off. Later, when her father saw the high heel on the floor, he recalled how the crime boss had stuffed a girl into a boiler. Then, thinking of the other shoe that had fallen in the boiler room, only then did Ivan realize his daughter had been murdered. Looking at his daughter's photo, the father was overcome with grief, but once his grief subsided, he threw her photo into the boiler. He then put on a military uniform and knocked on the crime boss's door. At that moment, the crime boss was still unaware of the danger, and pretended to be unconcerned as he invited Ivan in for tea. Little did he know that before he could even finish speaking, Ivan had already stabbed him in the heart with a golf club. Jack realized something was wrong and tried to draw his gun, but in the next second, Ivan stabbed him to death with the golf club. Seeing the two men lying motionless on the ground, the crime boss's daughter was terrified and panicked. Although she was the one responsible for his daughter's death, Ivan did not kill her. He wanted her to live in agony. Although Ivan had successfully avenged his daughter, he was in great pain, thinking of his only remaining relative now dead. He didn't know what purpose he had left to live. At the end of the story, Ivan walked with heavy steps, slowly toward the boiler room. He picked up a knife and sat down in front of the boiler. Although the story ends here, the father and daughter will surely be reunited in another world. This movie teaches us never to bully honest people.